Hello, my family, friends, my diamonds, and my jewels. It is Stephanie, and we are getting ready to make some cabbage soup, Chinese style, maybe. So, first of all, I am going to, let's cut up some of our things we're going to be using. I got some of this smoked garlic that I had in the refrigerator, and I'm just going to cut some of it up. Just cut it up smaller than what it is. And put that aside because we're going to just cut it up in threes because I'm gonna like saute it a little bit with my onions. I don't need that much. So let's set this over here. So now we're gonna cut up some of our onions. And I was just watching one of the chefs, which made a lot of sense. He was saying to the onions, which uh-oh, that's going over this way. The green onions. Of course, we chop off these right here. If I had a garden, I would probably keep these and replant them, because you see that they'll probably reproduce themselves. So if you have a garden, try it. So he was saying to, which I never paid attention. I was today years old when I found this out, to cut off the green parts. Set them aside. And those are what goes on top of your food, where you don't have to cook those. And these is the part. I used to just chop it all up and cook it all. So, listen, we learn. We live and we learn. Some of that is green too, but so there we got our onions. So we're gonna set those to the side. And I'm gonna go ahead and chop these up because we'll put them after the soup is done. Just, put it on top for color and some extra taste. We're gonna move those to the side. And so the next thing we're gonna do is because I'll be using mushrooms. I don't eat meat, so I use mushroom. And I'll be taking this out. Take the middle part out. I could just cut it. They didn't have, I usually buy the ones that's already sliced, but they didn't have them. And I'll take that out because that's the hardest part of the mushroom. But so I'll probably just do let's just do these, because I'm not gonna make a real big. I'm just gonna put them in half, like just to do bite size. Cut those. That one just came apart. Saved me some work on this little one. All right, let's go ahead and put our onions in first. Y'all, I can use my hands when I'm cooking this food because this is my food and nobody else is eating this besides me. So we're just gonna cook this a little bit. Just put a little pepper. A little pepper on there. And of course I like to put a little bit of oregano. Y'all, those onions smell good already. Let me tell you. I've been doing this wrong. You need to cook them onions first and let them get that taste. Let your onions release that smell, that taste, so you can already have that taste in your kitchen going. It smells so good. And so when I get ready to put my mushrooms in there, my mushrooms gonna have that onion smell and taste. It just cook right on up in there. Smell good already. So now, guys, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add because I don't want them to burn. We're gonna add the mushrooms. And I'm going to go ahead and add the garlic with it. And let all of that cook together. You put a little bit more pepper. A little bit more oregano on top. Let's let all of this cook by itself. It's a non-stick pan. I did put a little grease in here. I hope I put enough. I don't want to put too much. So let's cover it up for a minute. Smell the garlic. Now the mushrooms have cooked down some. Then we're going to add some, now that we have that going, we're going to add some of the cabbage and the carrots. This is big. We're going to take that one out because I don't want the big pieces. I want all the small pieces that was already cut up. So now what we're gonna add is a little soy sauce. You can measure yours. I do mine by like maybe a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, and that's amino acids. And then we have some vegetable broth. And then we'll add, because we'll let it all cook in the vegetable broth. Along with the water. Because I want it to be under the juices. That's why I didn't want to have too much in here. Sorry, guys. And I'll show you what else we're going to be adding to it after this is done. Let's add a little seasoning. I got a little pink Himalayan salt that I will be adding to it. Not much. A little more oregano. Now, one thing I like to do is I like to taste the juice and see what it tastes like before I start letting it cook all together. Because I might add some other seasonings to it. So I got me a spoon. Let's add a little bit more soy sauce and some more amino acids. Let's let it simmer. Let's let it cook. And we'll be back. All right, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. It's so much steam. I might have to move, y'all. So before, I'm going to add some spinach. We're going to add some spinach to give it some color. Spinach will just give it some color. It is almost ready. I just want to let the cabbage cook just a little bit more. And so the other thing I am going to be adding to hearts of palm. Now this is going to be my first time adding this in my soup. But I wanted a little stringiness, see? Hearts of palm. That's a vegetable or a fruit, one of the two. So I'm not gonna add all of it. I'm gonna save it for save the rest of it. So that was like half a bag. And this is basically, it's already really done. So you just put it in there to after your food is like almost ready, just to let it simmer in the seasonings. In the seasoning and in the taste. So this is a really quick soup. I started maybe 30 minutes ago, and it's almost ready. It looked good. I tasted the juice. And it tastes good. I did add a little bit more seasoning. I added some, let me show y'all what I added. I added this because this has a little salt in it. And I just wanted to give it a little bit more salt taste. So I just wanted to cook. And I'm going to keep the top off now. And just let it cook for just about 10 more minutes. All right, it is all done. It is all done. Look at that. Y'all got my whole house smelling good. I went out in the hallway to get my blanket from the dryer. I could smell it on the way back. All right, y'all, this is the plated version. of my soup. I call it my Asian cabbage soup. And it looks and tastes delicious. Let me give me a little taste. Along with some of those hearts of palm. Oh, it's absolutely good. And it's the leftovers. I got a lot left. So I'll be able to eat that for a couple of days. I'm gonna put it in one of my jars and put it in the refrigerator. But bon appetit. I'm getting ready to eat. Thank you for watching. If you like what you saw, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and share out the video. Have a wonderful day.